So the other night was the Tour de Nerdfighting stop in Los Angeles. It was actually in Santa Monica, and it was so much fun. Insert footage that I took while walking.
I realize I have a camera in my purse.
Hey! It is Thursday, January 26th. It's Tour de Nerdfighting Day in Los Angeles. Woo! Arms of victory. And we found a place to park where there's plenty closer, but we took the long one. And we're walking to the line, which we already saw is crazy, and hoping that one of our friends is in there first before us. Okay, bye! Luckily, our friend Julie was there earlier than the rest of us and got us a spot in line, so we were able to get in fairly quickly and go through the merch table and get our seats and hang out. Heather came from Vegas, which was super exciting, and yeah, we just hung out for a while and then the show started.
We all can dream of blazing glories, but all I dream of now is you and your blue eyes. It's strange to think how we can feel we don't live our own lives. And I wasn't sure about my own, but now I'm feeling fine. Your video game books, they might get me funny looks, but Staff Sergeant Max Mayhem gets me high. And I'm starting to see not just what you want from me, but what you want to get from what you've got.
And Helen Hunt came to our show and she's gonna say hi now.
Now what do you think you're gonna be? You think you'll leave some kind of lasting mark? Well, with infinite tomorrows, and no, this isn't fair. No one gets remembered, but right now I just don't care. Your video game books, they might get me funny looks, but Staff Sergeant Max Mayhem gets me high. And I'm starting to see not just what you want from me, but what you want to get from what you've got.
Now, unlike the Paper Towns tour, where I had watched the Blog TV live stream of like almost every stop before he came to Los Angeles, I had not seen any of this tour. I just have not been around to watch it, or I haven't had time, or the live streams have not been working whenever I might have been around. So everything was brand new. I had no idea what was going to be happening in the show, which was kind of really fun because I wasn't like expecting things. I didn't know what things were different, what things were the same, and it was just a fun show. And like it ended, I'm like, that's it? It seemed like it went so super fast. Then it was time for the actual signing, which they did by row. We were kind of in the middle, so we had plenty of time to just hang out and wait and visit and obsessively count all of the things we were going to get signed. The rule was you could have 3 things for each of the brothers. So like myself, Elena, and Amber were obsessively counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Because as Amber said, it's a Venn diagram because they're both signing some things. Some things are just for John, some things are just for Hank. So it's very complicated and it very much stressed us out.
Some joke,
yeah.
And then
Okay, I have to hold the cards because the lady doesn't know.
yeah, she won't know they're there.
You don't know. You don't know. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know, lady. You don't know. You don't know about these, lady. These.
These cards.
I'm like foreign and gangsta.
Oh man.
Elena had told me to bring my Gus book that I had found, which was like John's favorite book when he was a kid. I found it last year in one of the classrooms that I was working in, and I made a video actually of reading it, and she said, bring it, make him sign it. And then as we were sitting there, I was like, well, maybe I should give it to him. So I'm going to ask him if he has an original copy yet, and if he doesn't, I'll give it to him. I for sure wanted him to sign my book and then the poster that I had bought for the Tour de Nerdfighting. And then I asked him if he had an original copy of Gus. His head was down because he was signing things, and he's like, no, and I was like, well, here you go, and he looked up and he was like, oh my gosh, and yeah, so he was excited. I wish I had remembered to turn my camera on, but he was excited to have it, and so I hope that he remembers that I gave it to him. I was like, oh, it's happening so fast. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. I gave him an original copy of Gus. And yeah, so now he has one. It was his favorite book. I had both of the brothers sign the book that I got in the mail, which was my signed one with my orange J scribble. I had them sign this one because this is in the first printing, so it was one of the ones that John did all the signatures for. And so I had them both sign the front again. So I got, I think it's actually orange again, or it's kind of red. And then a hanklerfish, a silver hanklerfish, because he lost his green pen. Apparently it like disappeared. The Catherine was standing next to him and she's like, what did you do with that pen? And then I had Hank sign the special Tour de Nerdfighting CD and the poster as well in the book. So it was very fun. And then our little group kind of hung out in the aisles for a little while because I wanted to say hi to the other Julie, which is Martha's twin sister, who I had met at VidCon. She was sitting a couple rows behind us during the show, and I saw her tweeting. I'm like, I have to find you. I want a hug. So I was waiting for her to get through her part of the signing, and she was so cute. She was like nervous in line, and got a hug for her, and then had to head out because it was already after 10 o'clock by the time we got through with that. I'm sure they were signing like well until midnight because there were so many people, and yeah. But Nerdfighter events are always incredible, awesome. That was the Tour de Nerdfighting in Los Angeles, Santa Monica area. DFTBA.